Hi, I'm Berta Jo from Spanish Fork Senior Citizen Center. We just wanted to check in with all of you and let you know that we're thinking of you and we miss you and we love you. We're hoping that this little program that we've put together will entertain you and bring a smile to your face. And always remember, when we reopen, we want you to come back so we can always surround you with people who care.
Attention, hut. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hello everyone, welcome to my porch. My name's Maureen Rindlisbacher. I'm missing you at seniors. I want to show you what I've been doing while I've been home. This is a quilt for my grandson. He graduates from Payson High School. He lives in Santaquin. He was on the swim team, very smart boy. I'm missing you all, especially the delicious meals from Dixie's Kitchen. I hope you're all well and healthy. Stay home, stay happy, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Bye.
My name is Janie Rolfe. Hi, everybody. I have been sick, but I'm getting better. I'm glad to be able to see all the people coming to visit me. And hopefully I'll be able to come and join you soon when we open back up.
Okay, here's a few more jokes. While at a convention, Bill, Jim, and Scott shared a hotel room suite on the 75th floor. After a long day of meetings, they were shocked to find that the hotel elevators were broken, and they would have to climb all the way up to their room. I have a way to break up the monotony, said Bill. I'll tell jokes for the first 25 flights. Jim can sing songs for the next 25, and Scott can tell sad stories the rest of the way up. As they started walking up, Bill told his first joke. At the 26th floor, Jim began to sing. At the 51st floor, it was Scott's turn. I will tell my saddest story first, he said. Once there was a man who left the room key in the car. Sorry. Did you get it? Oh, yeah. Okay. Here's another one. The phone call. Several men are in the locker room of a private club after exercising. Suddenly, a cell phone on one of the benches rings. A man picks it up and the following conversation ensues. Hello? Honey, it's me. Sugar? Are you at the club? Yes. I'm at the mall, 2 blocks from where you are. I saw a beautiful mink coat. It was absolutely gorgeous. Can I buy it? What's the price? Only $1,500. Well, okay, go ahead and get it if you like it that much. And I also stopped by the Mercedes dealership and saw the latest model. I saw one I really liked. I spoke with the salesman, and he gave me a really good price. And since we need to exchange the BMW we bought last year, what price did he quote you? Only $60,000. Okay, but for that price, I want it with all the options. Great. Before we hang up, something else. What? It might seem like a lot, but I was reconciling your bank account, and, well, I stopped by to see the real estate agent this morning, and I saw the house we looked at last year. It's on sale. Remember the one with the pool, the English garden, the acre park of land and beachfront property? How much are they asking? Only $650,000, a magnificent price, and I see that we have that much in the bank to cover it. Well, go ahead then and buy it, but just bid $620,000. Okay, sweetie, thanks, I'll see you later, I love you, bye. The man hangs up the phone. He closes up the phone, the man hangs up, closes the phone flap, and asks out loud, does anyone know whose phone this is?
Hi, I'm Heather Lyman. I'm a nurse with Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice. And as a hospice nurse, I get to go into the homes of lots of seniors. And we're all kind of singing the coronavirus blues right now. the thing that I hear the very most from my patients is how much they miss being able to gather with their family, how much they miss being able to see their kids and their grandkids. So that got me thinking, and I'd like to share a few ideas on how maybe we can stay together even though we have to stay apart. First, write a letter. You would be surprised. I'll bet that most of your grandkids, and definitely your great-grandkids, have never gotten a bona fide in the U.S. mail addressed to them, came to the house letter. And how cool to be able to have something from Grandma that they can tuck away and keep forever. I wish I had a letter from my grandma. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter if you're just chatting about the weather or if it's a heartfelt epistle. Just write something down and send it. Call and tell them stories from your life. That's way better than anything out of a book. If you take a minute and record your voice. I actually have a cassette from my great-grandfather, and he was just telling a BYU student some of the history of Goshen. And that's one of my treasured possessions, not necessarily because of what he's talking about, but all these years later, I still have my great-grandfather's voice. How cool is that? Just record something. If you've got teenage grandkids or married grandkids even, brand new married grandkids, call them and do a cooking class over the phone. I couldn't cook anything when I got married, but several nights a week I would call my grandmother and say, hey, how do you make a pot roast? Or how do you make meatloaf? What's your recipe for chili? And the funny thing that happened was she would either kind of walk me through it as I was cooking, or I would write the recipe down as she recited it to me over the phone, and then we'd chat for 10 more minutes. And I not only got all of her recipes, but I got to be my grandma's friend. That's priceless. Right, we're all sort of stuck in the house right now, and we've got a little extra time on our hands. We're all a little bit, got some cabin fever. So take this time, make use of it. Write your personal history. And if that seems too daunting, if an entire history is too much for you, write a few memories down. They'll be just as treasured. And I'll bet that your kids and grandkids don't know some of the things that you think they know. Do they know how you and your spouse met? Do they know what made you fall in love with him? Do they know that you played high school basketball or that you were on the Glee Club? I'll bet they don't. And those memories go with you. Do they know why you chose their names? Do they know that when you were first married, you lived in a teeny little 2-bedroom apartment in the basement and the crazy landlady lived upstairs? I'll bet they don't know that. Just pick out some memories and write those down. They will be treasured forever. And last, write those recipes down. Please, please, please write those recipes down, because I know that you have those little tweaks that are in your head that aren't really on the recipe, and those go with you when you're gone. My last suggestion is, as you're sitting at home, pull out that box of pictures that's in the hall closet. Go through, reminisce about some of the people that you love. But while you're reminiscing, write down who's in those pictures. Write down an approximate date on the back of those pictures. Use this time to do that, because your kids and your grandkids may not know that that's what Uncle Bob looked like when he was 19. And how sad to throw away all those old pictures because you don't know who's in them. This is history, and it's history that you lived. Write it down. Those are some good ideas to kind of stay connected right now while we have to be apart, but we can still sort of stay together. And as always, we love you, and stay safe out there.
Hi, everybody. We're just doing great.
Doing great.
Everything's fun at our house. Hope everything's good at yours. See you soon. Hope we're open and back and doing our thing at the Senior Center. See you soon.
I'm here today to teach you a little bit about Tai Chi and Qigong. And Tai Chi is a exercise for the body and for the mind. It's not just, and it's light exercises, not stressful. It's to cause you to relax and just enjoy life more. Qigong means energy work. Qi is the word for energy. So we're going to be doing some exercises. One of the important things about Tai Chi is breathing. There's a function in our life that we have to breathe. If we're not breathing, we're dead. And so we want to learn to take big breaths, deep breaths. And that's one of the purposes of Tai Chi. Each of the exercises is a breathing exercise. This first exercise we call a washing machine. And we're just we're shifting our weight from one foot to the other. Just envision you're in a swimming pool and you're just running your hands through the water. And each time you come on the one side, you're breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Usually you do those each of these exercises about 6 repetitions. Another one that we can go into is hip rotation, kind of the old hula hoop. Now go the other direction. Okay. Envision the windmills at the base of the canyon. This one's called windmill. So we're going to come up, just a slow moving windmill. Breathing in, breathing out. Just relaxing. Getting that breath in. Okay, push sky. Again, we're got our hands together. We're breathing in as we go up. Come down. Breathing in. Breathing out. To the side. And the hard part here is we're going to bend down. You can touch the floor. That's great. Reach for one toe, and then the next one. But you don't have to worry about touching your toes. It's just the act of bending over and stretching. Flying bird. We're seeing a lot of the geese now coming back. So we're just up. So we're breathing in, and then we're holding that breath a bit. Okay, this is my favorite exercise. It's called 5 elements. So this one has a thought behind it. So we're going to reach up. We're reaching up into heaven. Seeking blessings, we receive those blessings. We wish to share them. So we reach out. We wish to share them all around. So then we give thanks to heaven for our blessings. Let's do that one more time. We're breathing in. Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, sharing them all around, giving thanks. Then we have one that we close this one off with, called Settling the Chi. So we're just reaching down, settling all the energy that we've created in our aura. Okay, turn my page over here. One of the important things we've been gathering this chi, this energy field about us. We're now going to try to create a ball of energy. So as you bring your hands, don't touch them, but bring them together, you can maybe feel a little bit of warmth between your hands. That's the energy that you've created doing Tai Chi. Okay, you can take that energy and just as you can send it to someone who may be ill, transfer that energy to them, just as we would with a laying on of hands or a blessing. We can do that with Tai Chi, with our thoughts in our hands. Waterfall. Envision you've got a waterfall in front of you, you're just running your hands through that water. Now we're going to water wheel. We're taking the energy and transferring it to each of the centers of our body. Okay. We have as we finish up our exercises, there's a total of 39 exercises. We've just hit a few of them here today, but we have what we call a hurrah cheer. So we're yes, 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 and give yourself a hug. And then we gather as a group and give a group hug. And we have a mantra that we say, that we do in clapping our hands. Every day, in every way, we're getting better and better and better. Every day, in every way, we're getting better and better and better.
The Mountain Land Association of Governments has an option for senior citizens for a congregate lunch with a drive-through pickup at the Springville Senior Citizen Center. You must make a reservation to pick up your lunch the day before you want it. To make a reservation, call the Springville Senior Citizen Center at 801-489-8738. Ask for Betty and tell her that you would like to reserve a lunch for the following day. The next day, drive to the Springville Senior Citizen Center, located at 65 East, 200 South in Springville. Arrive between 11:30 a.m. and noon. They will have cones that will direct you to drive up onto the sidewalk in front of the senior center. There is no need to get out of your car. The donation box will also be available for your donation for the meal. They will hand you your meal as you drive through. Lunches are available Monday through Friday, and this will only be available during the coronavirus situation. If you can't go yourself, just send a family member or a neighbor. Remember to call a day in advance to 801-489-8738 to reserve your lunch. And be sure to tell them thanks.
Hey, we hope to see you folks all soon. We're doing fine ourselves.
Show us what are those cards you got in there? What are those?
What are they?
Birthday cards, 125 of them.
You're that old now, huh?
I am.
We feel older than that.
Awesome. Well, happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
See you at the senior center.
See you at the senior center.
Hey everybody! Hi! Hello! I I'm trying to be good, but it's hard sometimes. Miss all of you so much. I can't wait to get back. Hugs and kisses.
More jokes.
Okay, more jokes. Two old guys at dinner. An elderly couple has dinner at another couple's house, and after eating, the wives leave the table and go into the kitchen. The two gentlemen were talking, and one says, "Last night we went out to a new restaurant, and it was really great. I would highly recommend it." The other man asks, "What is the name of the restaurant?" The first man thinks, and finally he asks, "What is the name of that flower you give to someone you love? You know, the one that's red and has thorns." "Oh, do you mean a rose?" "Yes, that's the one," the man replied. He then turns towards the kitchen and yells, "Rose, what's the name of that restaurant we went to last night?" Okay, can't remember. I know, pretty bad. Okay, another one. Memories. A couple in their 90s are both having problems remembering things. During a checkup, the doctor tells them that they're physically okay, but they might want to start writing things down to help them remember. Later that night, while watching TV, the old man gets up from his chair. "Want anything while I'm in the kitchen?" he asks. "Will you get me a bowl of ice cream?" "Sure." "Don't you think you should write it down so you can remember?" she asks. "No, I can remember it." "Well, I'd like some strawberries on top, too." "Maybe you should write it down so not to forget it," he says. "I can remember that. You want a bowl of ice cream with strawberries." "I'd also like whipped cream, and I'm certain you'll forget that." "Write it down," she says. Irritated, he says, "I don't need to write it down. I can remember it. Ice cream with strawberries and whipped cream. I got it, for goodness sake." Then he toddles into the kitchen. After about 20 minutes, the old man returns from the kitchen and hands his wife a plate of bacon and eggs. She stares at the plate for a moment. "Where's my toast?" Okay, and one more. While waiting for my first appointment in the reception room of a new dentist, I noticed his certificate, which bore his full name. Suddenly, I remembered that a tall, handsome boy with that same name had been in my high school class some 45 years ago. Upon seeing him, however, I quickly discarded any such thought. This balding, gray-haired man with deeply lined face was too old to have been my classmate. After he examined my teeth, I asked him if he had attended the local high school. "Yes," he replied. "When did you graduate?" I asked. "In 1952. "Why, you were in my class," I exclaimed. He looked at me closely, and then he asked, "What did you teach?" I love that one.
We have a couple more cowboy poems that were written. This one was written on April the 12th. And it says, "Lord, I need to talk to you. There's things I need to say. I had some heavy moments, but you got me through the day. I don't always listen to the direction that you give, and I guess I take for granted this life that's mine to live. I know how I must hurt you when I go off on my own, and then I get upset because I feel so all alone. But no matter what I'm thinking, and no matter how I feel, you're close enough to show me that your love is real. Every time I drift away to a cold and dark unknown, your hand is ever reaching to lead this boy back home. Lord, I'm just a cowboy, nothing special that I see, but your love knows no limits by the blood you shed for me. I never will be perfect, but I'll try to get it right. So just keep your hand on me, and I'll keep holding tight." It was by Kenny W. Lewis. This one was written on Sunday, the 19th of April, and it's another Sunday morning moment. Chasing shadows. It occurred to me one evening when the moon was hanging low, that shadows dance across the trails and put on quite a show. There's always something moving, things that most of us don't see, but for the track left by the shadow when it decides it's time to flee. And shadows have their secrets. That's a fact I'm here to tell, 'cause I ain't been chasing shadows, and I know them things real well. Yes, I call them shadows now, these things that once were dreams, shapes that once had substance, now have none, it seems. Still I must chase shadows, watching with my eager eyes, for the shadows to get shorter when the moon begins to rise. But I have learned that in this pursuit, that though a dream seems lost, sometimes it's only waiting in the shadows of the cross. Kenny W. Lewis.
Hey, this is Pete, and Verna Jo wanted me to tell you that if you need a copy of the Senior Center newsletter, they are available at the Senior Center in a box next to the front door. So please come on by and pick up a copy.
Grandpa! Grandpa, where are you? That old man is never here when he needs to be. Grandpa, have you seen Grandpa?
Oh, concern that old woman. What's your catalog about?
Oh, there you are. I've been waiting here for an hour.
Oh, I've been right here.
Oh, no, you haven't.
I have so.
No, come on.
Yeah, I have. You all see me. Yeah, I have. I guess I have a voice that's loud enough. By the way, did you hear about Grandma? Grandma Jones?
Nope, what happened? What happened to Grandma Jones?
Oh, you'll never believe. She put wheels on the rocking chair.
Why did you put wheels on the white rocking chair?
Oh, because she wanted to rock and roll. And you know what? Do you know what else? Do you know how you know when it's time for Grandma to retire? How do you know? When she starts bragging about her age instead of lying about it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I've got one more for you. One more. You know what the worst part about being grandpa?
What?
The worst part about being a grandpa is sleeping with grandma.
Grandpa Jones? No, that wasn't working out.
You sure enough was.
Grandpa Jones, what's for supper?
Oh, you'll never guess. We're gonna have baked chicken with wild greens. We're gonna have possum pie.
Oh, I love it.
And we're gonna have taters and green beans. And we're gonna have, elderberry wine at every plate. And apple pie for dessert. Oh, I just can't wait.
Me too.